What's up, fellow gamers? Welcome to the first edition of the Daily JPL. I decided, since I've made so many video vlogs recently, I might as well just, give it a feature name. So, there you have it, the Daily JPL. I'm basically going to be talking about the things that I've done in the previous day, or the things that I plan on doing, or maybe even a mixture of both. So what I wanted to talk about is, first, I finally got around to downloading the Unit 13 demo for the PS Vita, and gave it a spin, and I actually kind of like it. It's sort of like a mix between like a Gears of War type cover shooter and sort of like a Metal Gear Solid almost. I think the graphics are pretty good. I think they could be a little better, but this is first generation, so we gotta wait a couple of years before we really see what the Vita can do. It's pretty easy to play. The controls took a little bit of getting used to. Aiming with the right stick, just like when I first started playing Uncharted, was a bit of a learning curve, because sometimes it's not as responsive as you want, sometimes it's overly responsive, so you kind of just got to adjust to it. And of course, you can always go to the options and adjust the sensitivity, but I like to try to see if I can adapt to the controls that are presented to me at the time. So I think the game comes out on March 6th, and I'm probably going to wait and see what the reviews are going to be faring like, because as we all know, demos only give us a fraction of what the game actually is. So you might be impressed with the demo and then buy the game and find out that it's complete shit. But anyway, the other thing that I recently done last night, is I finally finished the bonus tour in ModNation Racers road trip, and I managed to get first on every single track in the campaign, and I'm really proud of myself for doing that, for sticking through with it and seeing it done. So I went ahead and reviewed it. So if you wanted to go to my reader reviews and check it out, I gave it a 6.0. It's pretty much spot on with what the GameSpot review was. Then the next thing that I want to talk about is the score that I just recently achieved on Lumines. I can't remember the exact number, but it's like 1,350,000 and some change. And for me, that's pretty impressive. So I got all excited about it, and I went to GameFAQs and checked out the forums, and to see what other kind of high scores people have been setting. And there are several other people out there that can actually end up getting past the 2 million mark. One person got past 4 million, and somebody even mentioned that they were able to cap the high score at 9,999,999. So that kind of takes the piss out of my vinegar. And then the one thing I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to try to see if I can finish The Little Deviants, because I really want to go ahead and review that game next, since I'm almost done with it. And then the last thing I want to talk about today is a movie that I watched last night, and that's called Contagion. And if you haven't heard of what Contagion is, it's basically another outbreak type movie. This deals with the potential weaponization of the bird flu, and what the world would have been like had the bird flu never been contained. It killed roughly 8 or 9 million people, I think, in this movie. It caused a lot of riots, a lot of outbreaks, a lot of cover-ups, like the CDC wasn't being as helpful as they should, because they were in bed with the pharmaceutical company, because they wanted to try to maximize profit from the cures, other things like that. It had a good cast. It had Gwyneth Paltrow, it had Matt Damon, it had, or as South Park would say, Matt Damon. Then it had Lawrence Fishburne, a couple other people. I thought it was an okay movie. It jumped around really fast. I mean, if you were doing one thing and not paying attention, and you go back to the movie, then you're completely lost, because you don't know what's going on. I think a couple of the emotional responses by Matt Damon were kind of weird. They weren't quite believable. I don't really exactly want to say how that is, because that would be spoiling the movie for those who haven't seen it yet. I mean, if you like outbreak type movies, I recommend maybe renting it. I don't think I'm ever going to buy it. I don't think it was that good, but it was a decent film nonetheless. So that's it for today's JPL, Daily JPL. Thank you for watching.